Hi, everyone. This is Mary Hasworth Fernandez, your host of Leadership, Legacies, and Legends Unleashed, the podcast. This is a great time of the year, and I don't say exactly which one, but for some, it is the end of a 12-month journey, and for others, it is the beginning of a 13 or 14-month journey because new beginnings begin when you set the clock. So I want to start this conversation with a vow to myself. A vow to myself is to get more consistent and be very intentionally consistent. The reason I said that is because when you have mentors and coaches who are there for you and setting bars that you set for yourself and then raising them higher, I received that kind of blessing from one of my coaches that I was just truly blessed with. And the goal was send me the link to your next episode. So, with all the things that's happened since 2020 and all the staying at home and locking ourselves inside and working from home and being away from people, I see people are just gradually just gearing up every year. People are flying more, driving more, being in groups, being in circles with one another. We as humans, we need that. So, in this vow to myself, I just want to tell you some of the great things that are coming so that you can kick off the upcoming year with intention, purpose, passion, and a heart full of love. Because if your heart is full, it doesn't have room for foolishness, right? Then I want you to get ready for the setup for success. I mean, that's the perfect title for this podcast. But I wanted to share also some of the details of what we at Wuha are doing, Women of Health and Influence, and Leadership Legacies and Legends are doing to make sure we support our clients, our prospective clients, our followers, our fans, our friends, and our family. So I wanted to just come in for a brief time just to share with you some of the things we're doing. First, thank you to all of my coaches over my lifetime. They have helped me level up step by step through some personal challenges, some emotional challenges, financial challenges, just the thing that was going in here. It turned out that everything was calm around me. It was what was going on in here and in here. So I want you to come to peace with yourself. Make a vow to yourself that you're going to be at peace with yourself, that you're going to forgive yourself and others who may have interrupted your flow or interrupted your confidence or your boldness and your belief in yourself. Just dump all of that because as we slide into the home base of beginning something great and new, we want to make sure we dump any extra weight. Because if not, I observe that many of us lead our lives in fear instead of faith. When we hold firm to what we believe in and what we're trusting in and what we've always believed was true, like your dreams and your goals, and not let anyone snatch it out of your heart, crush it out of your soul, when we let go of those pains and live in a state of love and appreciation. Now that's where some people get it wrong. They think meek is weak. Please check that episode because meek and kindness is not weakness. It's a personal power you have. So this is one of my vow to myself and encouragement to my audience. Lead with faith, not fear. Lead with faith, not fear. Faith meaning confidence and belief. I ground myself, as I tell you all, Christian women's coach. I come from that base, not requiring that of my clients, but I come from that base. So I always make that reference, and therefore, I don't have to explain myself. So as we get ready to share what's coming and what the setup for success is, let me share with you something I want to share with some for the first time and others for another time. Okay, guess what? When I did share a screen, it didn't go where I wanted it to go. But one of the things I've noticed in meeting some of the international friends and expanding my life circle is that many people are just like myself. We're not rigid about showing up because you show up with family, dogs, cooking, all those things going on around you. That's life. So I think my friends and my others who also believe in just relax. Don't be so rigid on yourself. So here's the most important one right here. Unstoppable you. Unstoppable you is going to be open for registration December 5th. This is my one-on-one program for executives, women in transition, women who are quite established and have their goals, but maybe they're transitioning from a top high-powered job to a dream job that's totally contrary to what others expect or what you've always held in your heart. Maybe you want to lift, elevate, or address certain concerns, and sometimes that's a powerful one-on-one. Those sessions are one-on-one. And then for those who want to be in the unstoppable cohorts, and I said those words so strange, there's only 10 in that class. So one-on-one, or you get to meet 9 other women. So that launches, and registration for that opens on December 5th. And I'll tell you about that. It requires a one-on-one because not every coach is for every potential client. And every potential client may not be able to work with you or me. And therefore, the discovery chat, I always tell my clients, is one of my many beautiful, awesome, high impactful coaches has taught me. It's okay if you say no, this is not for me, but make sure you allow us to say this is not a perfect fit, and I could refer you or just have you in our organization as one of our professional women over in the strategies for success. Because really, sometimes styles do not match, sometimes intensity, but one-on-one, we get to design a customized program for the unstoppable you. There's also other courses like the Unlock Your Six-Figure Confidence. That's a series of programs and events. So Unstoppable You registration opens on the 5th, and we will be scheduling your discovery chats. But make sure you're ready to move forward and be quite serious about your intentions, because when we do have our discovery chat, you do get a special one-time offer to go along with that. Next, what's coming up is equally as exciting. I had the opportunity to go to a wealth and economics class and event, and it was off the chain, as some would say, I say. And what I did in my class, because the young lady that put it together, kudos, I'm looking for her, I want to talk with her. The teachers, the attendees, all were quite focused and serious about being there and what they wanted. So because of the size of our class, I offered everyone in my class an opportunity to be a guest on my podcast with the free package. And if they want, they can level up. But let me tell you, there was a young lady there. She was trying to introduce me to her son because she said he has a great business. I am so proud of him and what he does. And she was going on and on. And I said, how about you? I want you on the podcast. She was right there in the class. And what I created for her in particular was the seeds of this young lady. I put her name in there. That was because she wasn't thinking just of herself. She wanted to share it with others. So her seeds grew to 5. And therefore, we're processing that right now and making sure that they are in, because there is a limited amount of spaces for the holiday visibility challenge. Now, what does that mean? I want to get all of those who want to take advantage of the visibility podcast opportunity. I want to do a blitz with them the second week of December so that people can know who they are, what services they offer, and how to get in touch with them. If they have tools and resources, I want to make sure that they can get that because it will be under their podcast. I have I've had such a great time with her and her first mentor. Oh my goodness. And so tomorrow is a big holiday. and Family Day. Therefore, they and I will still be able to get together because let me tell you, today is a pre-day and tomorrow is a holiday, but there's still 2 more days in the month for everyone to get in. And I'll make sure I tag them with this podcast. So, podcast guest visibility. I want to make sure that I give them a platform to share their businesses. I mean, the talent in that room was unbelievable. I met two bankers that I was really impressed with, and I'm reaching out to them because, when we play small, we're serving no one. When we are bruised and hurt and traumatized, which most of the world has been for one reason or another, we tend to walk with a shield up, like a big old invisible shield. And people see your pain by how you show up. They see your pain by how you show up. I mean, I worked diligently not to show my pain when I was really going through. In fact, I did a photo shoot probably the same month that I was most uh, emotionally damaged and shocked and in drama, trying to figure out, is this real? Like that, because your brain protects you. So I want you to know, I still challenge you again to never give up on your dream, never give up on your goal. It doesn't matter who crushed your soul or who offended you or who did what they do, which happened to crush you. Who has not been through that? I mean, do you have anyone in my listening audience that has not been through a crushing moment where you thought, as one of my dear deceased mentors, I loved her dearly, would say, when you act like you like me, I think you love me, that may also mean I think you respect me. Respect is a big deal. So I'm speaking healing, blessings, and great expectations. So the podcast guest visibility is open. Priority seats go to those who were with me at the BD. So I say BD attendants receive text. They receive their invite and they are welcome to set up their informational session. And of course, it says here it ends November 30th, but that's because the priority seats end November 30th. Lots of things are rolling out, y'all, because life to me is like running a university. You have time to work, you have time for homework, you have time to live. And I think a lot of people forget to put time to live in their agenda and enjoy your life and enjoy your family and enjoy your blessings. But you're the CEO of your life. You're the boss of you. And if we let that go to sleep, then we can spend the rest of our lives working for someone else, having them tell you what to do, when to show up, when to go home, how to dress, how not to dress. So entrepreneurship is the opposite of that. Now, don't give up that job you got because you want to learn what it's going to take for you to acquire the level of success and responsibilities that come with that. So podcast guest visibility, I cannot wait to fill all the spaces up. But don't worry, there's more coming in 2020. I'm not even going to say. I don't even want to say the year, but y'all know it's 2024 right now when I'm doing this. All righty. Continuing on, I am extremely excited about 2025 coming in with a blast. This is a clip art from 2025 where we launched our initial first ever inaugural walkathon. Walkathon is a passion of my heart. I wanted to make sure I shared it with everyone I possibly knew and loved. But now, because I have grown, my circle has grown, I'm a little bit more mature, knowing that not everyone is available when you want them. We're getting ready to make sure we bless an awful lot of people. We have two um, organizations that we will honor. So look out for the launch of 2025. Now you say, all this is going on and more? Yes, because you have 5 working days of the week. Some have 7 and some have 6. And you have morning, noon, evening, and night. That's how I see it. Morning project, afternoon project, evening project, except for it's spread out over the year. So you have, what is it called? Boundaries. And you have things that you do that are on switch, off switch. And let me tell you, as we are moving forward, honor those around you who have made high impact in your life. Because I was blessed with so much help with this event, so much help with this event. I have been blessed getting on my life's journey with some awesome and amazing children, grandchildren, greats that I love and adore. My children help me understand. You need a computer, mom? That was eons ago when they were little things. I was resisting. I said to my father, who's no longer here, so and so said I should get a computer. Is that like, the latest toy or. And my father sided with him and said, yes, that is the changing times that we're living in. You need a computer. They need a computer. Y'all, this is before computers. So how old am I? I'm old enough to love the Lord and know better every day that I didn't wake up on my own. My awesome children have taught me things that were beyond my understanding. I mean, one of my children is an expert in so many categories. I mean, my children are also smart. I have to tell you, just put them all in one little bunch. Told me bookkeeping systems. The bookkeeping system, to me, it was like massive details and all that. But they were saying, no, it's just simple. And so I resisted, resisted, resisted. Now my master coaches are telling me the same thing my children told me. So that, just be patient with your clients. I'm their client sometimes. They're my mentors sometimes. Just be patient with them. Another awesome master coach, my sister, she was there when I came home from the hospital. She was teaching me how to really position my business way back there when my business was a baby. My MHF Enterprises LLC. She was teaching me, guiding me. She was detailed. She was so massively brilliant that my mind wasn't ready for all of that. So I eventually ran her crazy. And she said, I'll stand over here and you stand over here. And when you need me, call me. And it has worked out so well because I really want my master coach in my life. Now, even more massive, wonderful things are coming as the new year is coming. So, what I want to do finally is give you some closing tips. This is a setup for success. Finish, that's your setup. Kick off, that's your setup. Because you do not wait until the deadline is here or the new thing begins to start. One of my coaches, I give credit to my coaches. One of my coaches taught me, you're already behind. So let's get back to basics. As we get ready to shut this down, I want you to know that this is a setup for success. You want to get your head in the game. There are a lot of bad, horrific things that have happened in the lives of many that people think they're the only one that experienced something so horrible that they almost want to give up on their dreams. I encourage you to trust in someone, someone greater than yourself. I trust in my Father. He promised me that He'd never leave me nor forsake me. He promised me that in Joshua, that it's my time to get up and to be courageous. That's Joshua 1 through 9. And I'm not a preacher, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a tax person, just me who loves the Lord. He taught me in Psalms 91 that I am protected. So don't be afraid to be the awesome you that you are. He taught me in Luke 2:52 that you will raise up and earn increase and receive increase, favor with God and favor with men. So those promises give me a lot of confidence. They give me a ton of confidence. So we're going to work on that thought, and I pray you keep that. Leave old drama behind. Some of the drama and the horrendous things, they're like something in there that made us wiser for the future. Don't be afraid to get help. Because I remember when in this late age of mine, I remember when I was crying, and I want to be transparent with you. I was crying early in the morning. I was crying without wanting to cry. I was like a zombie. I was so shocked that people could be so mean to people. And I remember thinking, I got to put this in check. So I called my doctor and I sat down and had an appointment with her. And she referred me to someone who walked me through and helped me get my footing again. Because God gave us humans and humans need humans. So that's another story. So leave old drama behind, get help where you need it, whether it is sadness, loneliness, horrific trauma, get help so that you can regain your presence and your personal power. Another tip I want to leave you with is forgiveness. I remember someone came to a session and they were talking about forgiveness, and I didn't know what they were talking about. But years later, I figured out that they had issue with me and they wanted to bring forgiveness to my attention. So I didn't realize that. And so maybe that fed their anger and their trauma and drama with me. And it eventually exploded into something so unimaginable. So go to the person. If they have offended you, tell them what they have done. And if they receive you, fine. If not, take someone with you and try to have a conversation. And if not, then you must leave and let it go and wipe the dust from your feet. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to launch my wellness planner. My wellness planner. I want you to get that in your hands for the upcoming year 2025, and I'll probably take these numbers out when I edit the video. Your wellness planner is going to focus on you. It is 100 pages. It's going to be all about you taking care of business for you. So this has been Mary Hasworth Fernandez, your host of Leadership Legacies and Legends Unleashed, the podcast. When people ask you, what do you do? Well, I'm a business and personal development strategist. That means I do those one-on-one sessions with you so that we can tweak, add, and do the things that you want to do to help you soar and accelerate. Or if you just want the personal development side, where you have something to do and you want to elevate your power and your presence, because people are talking about and assessing you before you open your mouth. And so you want to win at this thing called your assignment in life. So that means, we can have rebellious spirits and not want to do what we're supposed to do. I remember my dad, y'all gonna hear a lot about my parents because I love them. When I was a child, of course, I had my childhood issues, but I grew up. I remember we always had to, when we left the house, they always said, look like somebody loves you, look like you care about yourself, because basically people will treat you like you look. And then they would say, always have on clean XYZ when you go out because you never know if you're in an accident or something. Wow, y'all, that is powerful. I didn't even teach my children that because they were so smart and sophisticated and brilliant. They were so mature. I didn't even teach them that because they knew what to do from them. My children had grandparents in their lives. At one time, they had 6 grandparents. That was the twins, and then they had 4 grandparents, and now there are none. None. Okay, so I'm a business and personal development strategist. I do that for businesses, clubs, organizations, and individuals. Then I am a podcaster. The podcaster was designed to give you a visibility platform for personal development and for sharing your business. And so, all under the umbrella of Women in Health and Influence. Then I am a speaker. I love sharing the goodness of situations. One of the engagements was for me to show up for a team and do the team building workshop, which turned out to be so much fun. And being new and innocent out there, I remember some of the other speakers came up to me and said, "That was so good. I'm going to use that at my next workshop." No problem. It's abundant. I serve an abundant God. Bless yourself. Author. I have co-authored a couple of books, maybe 3 or 4 by now. I think it's 3. But now the wellness planner is coming out, and I really want you to get a part of that. And we will be working together throughout the year to check in and make sure it's done. So that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I pray that you are kind to yourself and others. And I have one little quiz, which is for those who listen to this podcast to the end. Check this. Sometimes we unconsciously do things we don't even know we're doing. List 10 things that someone close to you has done for you. 10 kind, needed, or just unasked for things someone has done for you in the last 30 days. Then list 3 things that you did for them. Post it under this podcast. Text me, email me my 3 things. God bless. More from Mary Hasworth Fernandez, your host of Leadership, Legacies, and Legends Unleashed. Have a wonderful weekend and a beautiful turkey dinner or day at the movies or whatever you do to make your day, because you don't need to depend on others to make you happy. You are happy because you are you. Say it in the mirror. I am happy because I am me. Some people are not themselves, y'all, because they're mental things that happen to us where we can be present, but our mind is not there. God bless you. Thank you for listening. And please subscribe. We want to grow our channel. Okay? Bye bye.